Play the damn intro. We're not even going to speak our intro for this episode, for this podcast. Just like the Suns did not show up to play. The Phoenix Suns, the best record in the league, the only 60-win team in the league, head coach of the year, 2 All-Stars, some might even say 2 superstars, and on their way to redeem themselves after blowing a 2-0 keyword, key phrase, key sentence, 2-0. We'll circle around back to that lead in the NBA Finals against a foreign player, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Foreign is the key word there. We'll circle around back to that soon. And almost in 07 Mavericks-esque, almost, because it wasn't the first round. They want to extend it a little bit, make it a little bit more exciting, make it a little more hopeful. Lose in a disheartening, disappointing, and in all stretch of the word, embarrassing fashion to another foreign player after being up once again 2-0. The star players of Phoenix, some might even say superstars, Chris Paul, the point guard. The top 5, let me finish. The top 5 point guard of all time.
No.
The legend, the all-time great. After game 2, was like Waldo, couldn't find him. He was nowhere to be found. He was committing turnovers. He got in foul trouble, and he wasn't hitting his shots. The face of the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker. Oh, Mr. I love the trash talk. Oh, man. I'm a trash talk Luka.
So special.
Devin Booker, you should not be allowed to trash talk until Chris Paul retires. There should be a hold on. Like a hold on a check. There should be a hold on you for trash talk. Like a hold on a bank account. Devin Booker. Game 6. Game 7. Be legendary. Face of the franchise for the Phoenix Suns. The All-Star. The 70-point scorer. The legend. You know, when you're trash talking somebody, you got to play good. You can't trash talk somebody, especially somebody like, I don't know, it's just that good, right? I don't know, he's that good. Somebody like him. And then put on performances like that.
Yeah, I guess we know who's better.
It was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. But anyway, D-Book, you're the face of the franchise. You had clutch moments. You had closeout moments. You stepped up when we needed to. So in the game 7, win or go home. Oh, did I mention that the Suns played this game, on their home floor in Phoenix, Arizona? It may not felt like it after the first quarter, but they were in Phoenix, Arizona. And they put on a performance like that. D-Book had 11 points. I just want to make sure. Yep, D-Book had 11 points. He shot 3 for 14 from the field.
Dang, Allen Iverson jersey number. That's crazy. And D-Wade. It's crazy.
Hey, Chris Paul had 10, by the way. But there's one more. There's one other guy that I want to mention. DeAndre Ayton. Giannis dismantled you in the finals, and you haven't been the same. And you want a max. Listen, you've had some great moments. You're a key player. You're a good player. If I'm Phoenix, I'm not paying no damn max for it. Not when my rising star center is dropping a whole total of 5 points in a win or go home situation against a team with no big man.
Getting outplayed by Maxi Kleber. No disrespect to Maxi Kleber, but yeah.
It's not no disrespect. Ayton should be torching them. Man missing easy layups, missing easy putbacks. Couldn't even get a damn rebound. This was the Suns team that I picked. And you did too.
Yeah, to go to the finals.
To not only go to the finals, but to win it all.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like a sea of red. That's why I got the red lights on.
Yeah.
I've started watching full-time basketball since 2010. The year, funny enough, the Dallas Mavericks won this championship. And in my time of researching the game, studying the game, going back and watching the games live, this has to be one of the most embarrassing performances by a top team I've ever seen. If I watched the 07 Mavericks live, this will be it. On this kind of stature. Once again, Mavericks lost the 8th seed, and it's not the same.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But there was only 2 teams who won 64 or more wins and didn't reach a conference finals. Do you know who those teams were or are?
The Atlanta Hawks?
No, they won 60. I'll answer it for you. The 07 Dallas Mavericks.
And
yes,
yours truly.
The 2022 Phoenix Suns. I'll let you give all the praise to Dallas right now. But I just had to get that off my chest because the Suns, I'm not even a Suns fan, but this really hurt. I could not believe with my own 2 eyes that I was watching a performance like this. If you lose, you lose. It's an upset, but some people had the Mavericks winning.
But
you can't lose like this. You can't lose. 1 second. Now I'm getting really tight. You can't lose you can't go out like this.
Yeah. But I you know what? You my brother. I love you. I respect you. I honor you. But I do have a lot of love and respect for you for doing this. You still stuck loyal to the Suns even despite the massacre that you saw them that they had to suffer through. Like, you know what I mean? We was talking about it this whole game. You already know I gave up the moment they was down by 10 in the first quarter.
Well, most of that was for show. I really did not believe that at halftime, I was like, it's only 30 points. Imagine that. It's only 30 points. But at halftime, I was just, it's possible. Hey, the Clippers came back against the Kevin Durant, Steph Curry Warriors.
Yeah.
In Oracle, right? Anything's possible, right? If then 2 minutes into the third quarter, I say, yeah, this game's over.
Yeah.
And everything after that was just a show. This game was over. Realistically, this game was over midway into the second quarter.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And now running time, we have to do another one. But really,
yeah,
this was the best team in the league. This was most people's championship favorites.
Yeah, they kind of looking like Utah right now. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah,
worse.
Yeah, before we talk about Dallas, let me just say this. Man, the expectation, the come out of nowhere, because mind you, they came out of nowhere last year. Like, we knew that Chris Paul was gonna make them really good, but we didn't expect them to be finals bound. And they shot well. Luck played a factor, which luck will always play a factor.
Nah. Screw all that. Get to the point.
But,
I don't want to hear about their glories, and and that led to their ultimate failure.
But yeah, this is something that it's tough. Like, they ain't who we thought they were, and the Mavericks didn't let them off the hook. Man, and it just goes like, oh man, I feel like, even though I don't know where he went, you feel so bad for Chris Paul, because this was like,
what happened to him?
Yeah, this was like his last true opportunity. You know me, the whole time I was saying this is the year of CP3. All the factors played in his favor. And actually, with a game that we're going to talk about a little bit after this, everything was just perfect, set aligned perfectly for him to do something monumental on the 75th anniversary of the NBA season. And they got to go out like this. And I really don't know if he's going to, no disrespect to the Suns, they could do great next season, but I really don't see them coming back from this. And I don't see him. Like, because when I'm looking at this, like, no disrespect to Devin Booker, Ayton, or so, but I'm mainly focused on Chris Paul, because this was like, after all of this,
his window is closing.
Yeah, his window is closing. The dude is 37-38. Or everything. The man has done legit everything that you want like a Hall of Fame talent to do, despite the fact that except that one big thing. You know what I mean? And mind you, again, we're talking about a dude who, without shoes on, is 5'10". And he has done a lot of legendary shit despite without shoes on being 5'10". You know what I mean? And like this was legit. This time, his opportunity. Everybody keeps talking about it. And everybody talks about the bad moments and stuff like that, bringing up the bad luck with the Clippers.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, like it just adds on, and just like what happened in Houston with that thing, and how things just went downhill from there. And like, it's just like this will, and I thought it was gonna happen here, and I was like, yes, and I was like, yeah, finally, he's gonna finally get it, and like, he's gonna finally like not have to worry. He could probably retire right after this, go down as legit, because if he won one, he won legit in the top 5 point guard. The dude said, nah, we're gonna go out like Cliff Paul. And I don't, and it's just like, man, I feel so bad, because I don't know if they're gonna get back to it. They're not gonna get. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to lose faith or disrespect them. I don't think they're gonna get back to it. I don't think they're gonna get back to it.
No, I really don't think. It's not about losing faith. This, to me, was their best chance to win it all.
Mm-hmm.
This was their best chance to win it all. I mean, last year was their best chance to win it all when it was up 2-0 in the finals. But this year, redeeming themselves, looking to go back. Remember, Coach of the Year, 2 All-Stars, 60-win team, led the league in road wins, led the league in home wins. Only 60-win team in the league.
Shoot, they nearly went undefeated in this specific month.
Chris Paul goes down. It was no worries. They were mostly everyone's championship favorites.
Mhm.
You don't even make it to the conference finals, and they lose in the semifinals in the worst possible way. They were down by almost as much as 50.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like. I'm sorry, I had to
In a
give up.
game
Like,
7 on their home floor.
like, bro, it was so bad. I was like, yo, legit. Can we please start the podcast right now? Like, it's like there's no need to go on with this. There's no need to wait. Like, it was already said. Yo, and let me tell you something. I like, you know what? Matter of fact, let's move on from them. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, want to apologize to the Dallas Mavericks. I really want to apologize. Not because I didn't think y'all couldn't win. It's not because of that. It's because the way that y'all won, though. Like this whole, like first 2 games right after the book, you clearly see, like, you know, we was talking about this and we was like, with the offensive firepower that they have, they could go somewhere. But obviously we had the Suns because you know why? What set them apart? What did we say set the Suns specifically apart from the Mavericks? That said, we got them going to the conference finals. Defense. And the way that this Dallas Mavericks team got it done on both ends of the floor, specifically defensively, how they basically did what Boston did to KD and Kyrie, just to a lesser extent. Double teams, body, everything, just take them all out the offense because they knew the moment you take those 2 out the offense, F that. If you take one of them out the offense, it's over for that Suns team. And Dallas legit did that. Dallas legit just did that. We already know that dude right there, he was going to do what he had to do regardless. That dude has been a professional since he came out his mother's womb. And you know he wasn't going to give up after that. But you know, next thing, they did it on the defensive end. And you want to know what that did? That translated to the offensive end. 5 out. Thank you. Attack, penetrate, pass, 3. Cha-ching. Pass, 3. Cha-ching. Pass, 3. Cha-ching. Reggie Bullock looked like he was the greatest shooter of all time.
It's literally the most simple offense. This is damn near ISO ball. Lucas just at the top of the key. Everybody spread out.
Exactly.
You go one-on-one. Lucas killing you. You double, kick. It's the most simple offense that should not work. Matter of fact, did not just do a video on ISO ball not working?
Exactly. That happened. Dinwiddie just turned up on him. You gotta give it up for Dinwiddie. He was struggling in the beginning, turned it all the way up. Especially he struggled the series before, but he stepped it up big time. But man, Jalen Brunson, what a Robin! What a Robin! Looks so much better than Harden. Oh my gosh, he looks so much better than Harden. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about a Robin? That's what a Robin is supposed to do. When your Batman is probably playing up to standards, but still needs some help, be like, I got you. Oh man, Jalen Brunson was just slicing, dicing, and tearing up. Nigga, he was looking like a football player, legit getting to the paint all the time. Body, thank you, lay. Body, thank you, lay. Oh my, like this Mavericks team, man. This Mavericks team just like again because we had it going into 7, so we knew everything was possible. But now they got a history of legit just going up by 50 on teams like it's nothing. Like I never saw no other. Like I don't even think I see Golden State go up by 50 like this on so many teams. But they legit went up on like Dallas Mavericks since they got Luka legit has a history of just going up by 50 whenever they want on teams. It's crazy. Like I don't even know how do you fathom this? Like I don't even know how to say that. Like I said, this is a team that just legit have one superstar. And Luka, let me tell you something. You top 75 player of all time. I don't know why they didn't put you on the list this year.
People are wild.
But man,
Luka's on the top 75 list.
Yeah, Luka's on the top 75 list, bro. I don't know. You gotta take off Chris Paul, put him up. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Chris Paul. We taking away that point guard label from you. Yeah, Luka, you're the man. I'm sorry, Luka. Like, hey, you already know I never hated on Luka once. You know that for a fact. I never hated on Luka. I probably hated on Dirk, but I never hated on Luka. You know, but yeah.
Yeah, I know one of the few foreign players you never hated on.
Yeah, but And for a dude who got knocked out so many times in the first round, for this to happen,
Only
for him
twice.
to go,
You only lost twice to Kawhi and PG. That's all.
yeah, he only lost twice to Kawhi PG, but like still, he went from that first round exit, conference finals,
It's a big jump.
huge jump, a miraculous jump.
It's a sea of red in Phoenix.
Yep.
So we say goodbye to Phoenix Suns. Don't enjoy Cancun. You really shouldn't. I hope y'all don't. Hope you have the worst time there. I really do.
Yeah.
So a lot of this coming out of emotion because I had the Suns winning the championship. There's a lot of emotion for me coming out, about the Suns, and I'm really upset. Some of it I'm probably just backtrack on in a year, but for now, this is how I feel because Devin Booker and Chris Paul just want to do vibes to me after I have all the faith in them, and they want to let me down and let this entire state of Arizona down, and let every believer of them down. And that's just how I'm feeling. Are they still good basketball players? No.
hey, Luka is still better than both of Chris Paul and Devin Booker combined. You could just.
Well, he has been the past 2 years, so. But hey, let's congratulate the Dallas Mavericks. We all said they cannot win with Luka carrying the load and doing everything himself. After game 2, he didn't do everything himself. Everybody else stepped up. So congratulations to the Dallas Mavericks. And Jason Kidd redeeming himself as a head coach. Done a fantastic job for this unit.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up, actually. I want to bring that up real quickly, because I feel like we was making a transition, but I just want to bring it real quickly for real. Jason Kidd, man, people don't understand how good of a coach Jason Kidd is and how much. And I was like, I definitely forgot he'd been in situations like these before, actually, too. Like both as a player and as a coach. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot all about that. And he used this experience. And no disrespect to Rick Carlisle, but you can see the upgrade. You can see the difference and upgrade between from Rick Carlisle, championship coach, right? He championship coach, been with the Mavericks for a long time. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just saying the way of Jason Kidd's philosophy and his play style that he wants as a coach, it fits perfectly with this team. And he changes. And like you could clearly see it. So shout out to Jason Kidd, man. One of the best basketball minds, and he's obviously shown it as a coach also.
Wait, Jason Kidd, he whack.
Well, yeah, he couldn't shoot the way his team shoots, but yeah.
But yeah, congrats to the Mavericks as they move on and advance to the Western Conference Finals to battle Golden State Warriors. Should be an interesting series that we will talk about and do predictions a little bit. I guess do predictions tomorrow.
If you want to, bro.
Yeah, we'll save the predictions for another podcast video because don't want to unload every topic in just one episode. But tomorrow's podcast, it will be our predictions for these conference finals. Speaking of the conference finals, going to the Eastern Conference. As the no more defending champions Milwaukee Bucks were eliminated by the Boston Celtics. And who knew that the savior of the Boston Celtics was going to be none other than Grant Williams? Who knew? That's why I love the playoffs. Just role players can just come and surprise you and get these big games that are needed that you don't game plan for and eventually end up winning the series for you.
Yeah.
He was a big part in why the Celtics won this game. And it was not like he just carried. He didn't. Tatum, coming off of his incredible performance in Game 6 to save the Celtics season.
Yeah.
He did his thing again. Jaylen Brown's like, hold on, I could do the same thing like he can. So let me do it. And he did his thing. And was the key for me in the Celtics Bucks game.
Yeah. Hey, man.
We're not the offense I want to talk about real quick.
Go ahead.
Defensively, in Game 7, we all know. Well, if you don't know, you're living under a rock. We all know who the best player in the world is. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I thought you was Kevin Durant, but hey, I guess.
We all know who the best player in the world is. We all know how unstoppable and how unguardable he can be at times. The Celtics, even though they've done kind of a pretty good job at trying their best to contain him, he still had 3 40-point games in this series.
Yeah.
And in Game 6, they did an absolutely fantastic job of guarding him. Absolutely fantastic. He still had over 23. He still had 20 rebounds.
Yeah.
But his field goal percentage was down. He was triple teamed. They put smart guards. They had the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, guard him. And they have others help. Jaylen Brown always came with the help. Al Horford was always there. It was always guys thrown at him. To the point where Giannis couldn't do what he does best. He couldn't take over and dominate the game. And he had an incredible first quarter in the game when he was doing everything.
Yeah.
But after that, it was like, okay, you are not going to beat us. And that's pretty much it. You're not going to beat us because these other guys, they can't help him. And they couldn't help him.
Yeah.
Especially in that second half. Everybody was missing. So they said, we're going to shut you down, or we got to contain you, because these other guys, these other guys can't be our other guys.
Yeah.
That was the story of Game 7.
Yeah.
Which resulted in the Celtics win.
Yeah. You finally forced me to vote, and I went with the Celtics. And the main reason why, just real quick, looking on the Bucks side, the main reason why Chris Middleton was out, And when you don't have that important key piece to your offense, don't get me wrong. Again, Drew Holiday, I feel like Drew Holiday did a really good job this series. I really feel
I agree.
I really feel like he did a good job. He shows that at one point he was an all-star, and why he was one of the most underrated players, why he's still one of the most underrated players in the game. He did what he had to do, and he did take up in that role a little bit from Middleton with him being out. I gotta admit that. But still, at the end of the day, Middleton was out. And that was a huge loss for the Bucks because you need him within serious moments like Game 7s, two of the greatest words in the sports history, right? Game 7, right? Well, that showed up, but yeah, but like, but that's a man down for the Bucks. That's an important key piece needed because that's what you need. You need that guy who in the half court can operate, hit big time shots, and keep your team within the game when your star player is getting trapped into situations in which he needs to find himself out of. You know what I mean? Because just like what you said, the defensive play game was simple. We can't make you beat us. We got to make those other guys beat because they can't beat us at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And it worked in their favor. I remember we talked about this whole time with the series when it's coming up, and they showed it. And it was a beautiful thing to watch. And when you got your offense flowing, and then just again, like you said, role players stepping up big time. It's like, I love the bounce back from the Celtics. The bounce back that the Celtics have had from when the season first started to all the way to making it to the conference finals. It's like, man, what a beautiful thing. And the crazy thing is, most of these players have been here like 3-4 times already. So like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, it's not like, we're shocked or surprised, really. We just shocked and surprised by the way it happened in terms of what went on this season and the changes that kind of happened with Brad Stevens coming to GM. And then the son, again, the coach who I legit did not know of at all, period, point blank.
Ime Doka.
Yeah, I think he deserves a lot of credit now. I think he most definitely put after last series, he most
after his never mind.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, but the defensive game plan that he established, because I feel like he didn't even have to focus much offensively. because he knows what he's going to get from the stars who know that they could ball out offensively. But the defensive thing, I feel like he really keyed into knowing the strengths of this team, and it showed. It showed big time, and I'm really happy for Boston. They deserve it.
Yeah, they definitely did deserve this. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Once again, the unit compiled of Tatum, Brown, and Smart are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
And they're looking to get revenge against the team that beat them the last time they was in the Eastern Conference Finals. Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
Yep.
It should be a wonderful, fun series. But we'll save our series predictions for tomorrow. Like I said, don't want to unload everything in one podcast. We want to talk about these game sevens, one specific embarrassment. So we'll leave you with this. In just one day, the two teams that played each other in the finals are eliminated.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah. It speaks a lot on it speaks a lot on the important moments within the sports world, and and how fun the postseason could be. Because again, you said it you said it in our video with the Larry Legend playoff performance, what I mean, when you gave that first quick little thing intro into what we're going to be doing with that specific topic in terms of how postseasons battles in the NBA are, with a whole lot of players who did not expect to stepping up, a lot of upset, shocking moments, certain people getting outplayed by others, certain coaches being outcoached by others. And again, you said it and you clearly saw it just legit unravel with your own eyes. You know what I mean? You could see how, again, so many teams who you thought would make it, no matter how talented they were whatsoever, did not make it because they either got outplayed by a certain player on the team, outcoached by certain coaches, and just just basically just went out in embarrassing fashion that you didn't expect. You know what I mean? The playoffs is you got to expect the unexpected because you just don't know what could go wrong, what could happen, what could just go. You got your glory moments, but then you got the opposite end of the coin. Your embarrassing disappointment down moments. Yeah.
And there's been a good amount of that in these playoffs, but also some good games, some great series. But all out the way. Thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Please tune in for tomorrow's podcast where we review and predict the Eastern and Western Conference Finals between Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, and the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat. So be there for that tomorrow. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, support channel, give us feedback, all that good stuff.
Also, tune into our social medias, our TikTok and our Instagram.
Yes, in the description down below. And of course, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this was the Mind of Basketball podcast.
Playoff edition. Yes, sir. Talk with that nigga Tatum.
Chris Paul, I'm so disappointed.
Boy wonder.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Congrats, Luka.